It's truly rare to build a house where you can absolutely enjoy this unique, mesmerizing, and breathtaking panoramic view from almost every single room. When you welcome guests in the living room, you see this view and the surrounding beautiful scenery. When you're having dinner with your family and friends, you also get to enjoy this stunning view. Even when you're waiting to meet a loved one, you also enjoy this view. Or perhaps you're creating an entirely brand new music composition. And even if you're reclining in the relaxing bathtub, the beautiful nature will enhance that atmosphere. And even when you decide to have a barbecue with friends or just swim in your own pool, this view will always be with you, providing a perfect backdrop for any occasion and enhancing your outdoor experience. In this video, I'll give you a complete tour of this house and provide insights into all the unique features and intricate details and challenges I faced while building it. 2 years ago, when my partners and I decided to build a house with a unique view, I visited many sites. But when I came to this property and saw this breathtakingly beautiful view of Lake Travis, I decided that absolutely, without a doubt, this is our option. We have to buy it even if it costs $450,000. It's foggy today, so you can't see everything clearly, but just look at all of the beauty here. The introduction to the house starts right at its front door. I designed this house so that when your guests arrive or when you come home from work, you can immediately enjoy the panoramic view. To achieve this, we created a large space, a wide corridor, high ceilings, huge panoramic windows, and a central part, a fireplace, which also enhances this view. All these elements complement the view, enhance it, and create the impression that it's much larger than it actually is. The first challenge I faced was the height of the ceilings. The ceiling here is 23 feet high. Of course, it's not that easy to do when you have a pitched roof. We had to install a special beam and special supports. What made it even more complicated was having that through fireplace. Since our beam rests on the fireplace wall, which indeed has structural parts inside, and we needed to cut into the fireplace, we had to essentially create a special structure on the right and left sides of the fireplace. Above the fireplace, it connects with a special beam, and on that, the central beam rests, which supports the crossbeam of the roof. The crossbeam of the roof is approximately 30 feet long in total. If you're not a structural engineer, I'll explain it simply. The top beam holds up the roof. It's putting pressure on the central column, but we have a fireplace here. It's specifically made of delicate glass and thin metal. It can't adequately support the column and sustain the pressure of the beam. We're not magicians, and we can't just hide that column inside a transparent fireplace. So we had to move the column to the left and right and connect it to the central column, redistributing the load that way. So we installed the beam and found a way to support it on the column. But now there is the beam itself and the roof rafters, that is, the structures that hold the roof. I aim to create an open space, letting the ceiling enhance the view, without extra reinforcements or connectors. We calculated the wooden beam size to support the roof, without additional supports. In the living room, we achieved this. So, we had to very carefully determine precisely what size the wooden beam should be, in order to safely support the roof without any extra reinforcements or horizontal connectors. In this part of the room, in the living room, we managed to do this. Of course, near the entrance we have other rooms. This is an office, this is a guest room, and in them we have already made a straight ceiling in order to strengthen the roof. Half of the roof is open space, while the other half is built using standard technology, where we connect horizontal beams to strengthen the roof. The combination of these two technologies allowed us to create this huge open space. From the dining area, you can go down to the lower terrace, which also has a dining area, but this one is near the barbecue, or you can head to the main terrace by the fireplace. Usually a house has two entrances. This is the main entrance and the secondary entrance. In this project, I created a secondary entrance through the laundry and pantry. When you arrive and park your car in the garage, you bring in the groceries and you can put them in the drawers and then head into the house. But again, when you walk into the house, you get to enjoy the view. And this little window complements our panoramic windows. We could have skipped it. You might ask, why spend money on a window? This complicates the structure, because we also have a beam here, and the beams needed to be supported on this part of the house. But when you walk out of the garage through the laundry and pantry and see the big panoramic wall, that little window plays a special role in this large panoramic wall. I guess you can't really surprise anyone with kitchens these days. Usually in luxury homes and even in simple houses, people try to pay special attention to the kitchens. There are a few points here. First, this is of course a built-in refrigerator. Usually you rarely find built-in refrigerators in Texas. This is considered a custom order, but we managed to do it. It looks very organic and fits well into the overall layout of the kitchen. We also left space for the coffee machine. We have quite expensive appliances, and we added LED lights, which is also a pretty simple element. I want to specifically point out this particular lamp. It was indeed a whole challenge to find a suitable lamp and install it at such a high ceiling height. Look at this lamp over the island. It looks like it's seemingly floating in the air. It wasn't that easy to do. First of all, regular websites don't offer the option to buy a lamp with such a long cord, such a size, and such a thin line. Yes, of course, you can do that. I found this lamp on Etsy. This is a site where people make custom orders. We ordered a special lamp for them. The size, width, length, and height of the cord. And when we installed it, I was, of course, very, very impressed. It's a simple element, but it complements our kitchen so neatly. Let's get back to the entrance area. Usually people don't do anything specific or special at the entrance. We have 3 rooms placed here. This is the powder room or guest bathroom, where guests can wash their hands or use the toilet. We also have an office here, and there's one cool feature in the office. In the office, you can see who has arrived while sitting at your desk. If you want to let guests into the house, you can open the window door, and people can come in not through the main entrance, but through this window right into your office. There was also an additional window made in the office. Since there's a greenhouse or a spare room with flowers behind this window, it kind of complements and enhances the office space. It doesn't create a closed-off atmosphere. That's why we have a central window, a back window, and one more element. We ended up with a triangular window at the top in the architecture, and we wanted to create a niche where we placed additional lighting. We also moved the air conditioning grills to the side of this niche, and we wanted to create a niche where we placed additional lighting. We also moved the air conditioning grills to the side of this niche, and you don't see it, and cold air blowing from these grills doesn't hit you in the head. It spreads through the window, through the wall, and comes down. It's such a small element, but it definitely really adds to the comfort and coziness in your home. To the right of the hallway, we place the guest room. In the guest room, we also have large panoramic windows and a niche with LED lighting. We also distributed the airflow from the grills in an even manner. And you might be wondering, why exactly have such windows in this particular room? These windows specifically have a special mirrored reflector, a unique feature. You can't see what's happening inside the room from the street. At nighttime, of course, by putting up curtains, you can completely close these windows. Or alternatively, the second solution is to plant some shrubs or other plants in front, like thuja, to block the view from the road into this room. But since guests don't stay long in the house, it's sufficient to have curtains that can be drawn when they arrive. Another small element in this room, there's a bathroom in this room. In this bathroom, since it is connected to the garage and the main room, it was not possible to make windows. But I'm a fan of light, natural light, so we installed a door that lets light into the bathroom. Usually there isn't a special place in homes where you can meet up with friends, have a glass or two of wine, or play a little games with your family. Here, we managed to do that. And as you can see, it also has a stunning panoramic view. We're now in the bedroom. This is the main bedroom in the house, or as it's called, the master bedroom. It adjoins the master closet and the master bathroom. And another room is like a hobby room for you, which can be used for various activities such as painting, crafting, or reading. You can set up a studio here, for example. You can make it a yoga room. Or even if you like, you can create a greenhouse. We spend a third of our lives in the bedroom, so everything here needs to be comfortable, cozy, and functional. Here we created an exit to the pool right from the bedroom, so you don't have to walk through the whole house with a towel or in a robe. You just go down the steps and you're right at the pool. We have access to the terrace. This is the terrace, where you can simply watch the sunrise or just enjoy the absolutely breathtaking panoramic view. From the bedroom, there's a pretty simple and easy transition through the closet to the bathroom. We made a window in the flat surfaces. I'm a fan of natural light. And this window gives us extra natural light. Here, when we enter the bathroom, we wanted to create a simple, airy space with minimal details. Notice that there isn't even a shower door here. We just installed glass, and that's absolutely enough to ensure comfort. In the bathroom, of course, our highlight is the truly breathtaking freestanding bathtub, from which you can enjoy the absolutely stunning view out the window. And another feature of this master suite is that there's an extra and spacious room. This could be a greenhouse where you place your plants, such as your favorite flowers, or it could be a yoga space, or a room where you create your compositions or paintings, for example. You might even consider adding a small seating area. Choose whatever you want to make of it. Remember, our idea for this house is to have a panoramic view from every room. Even in this small and cozy room, which we like to call it a hobby room, we made a beautiful glass door that opens up to a view of the hills, serene, peaceful, and tranquil. This house has 2 levels. We built this house on a slope. I warmly invite you to the lower level, where you can see how we have carefully arranged all the space there. By the way, this particular room turned out to be an unexpected bonus for me. When we were initially staging, I thought it would just be a simple hallway. But when we put in the comfortable chair, it really felt like a cozy library. So it's enough to just put up some bookshelves, sit here, read, and unwind. I think it's an extra bonus. And it appeared right at the end. It wasn't part of the original plan to turn this into a library. We have a video on the channel about staging. Watch it, and you will understand how much staging can change the whole atmosphere in the house and the whole layout as a whole. And since we have a library here, these shelves somehow intuitively came about. Usually these spaces are just left empty, but when I saw that there was a niche created by the air conditioning unit, I asked the guys who do the drywall to add this element, and it turned out to be a really nice decorative feature. Design in progress is a concept where you add something during the process that enhances and increases the value of your home. This is an element of design in progress. Guys, as we were going down, I just realized how clearly we followed the idea that every room, every space would have a view. We went down the stairs to the lower level, and as soon as we stepped into the hallway, we were greeted with a panoramic view. The idea is at the forefront of everything. The idea drives everything. That's important. The panoramic view here is not by chance. This is a thoughtful solution based on ideas. On this floor, we have 2 rooms, 2 bedrooms with 2 bathrooms. But these 2 bedrooms are also located on the right and left, connected by a central space, the so-called flex room. You can set up a home theater here by mounting a TV on the wall and putting up curtains. With blackout curtains, and you'll have a home theater. Here we have a sauna. And by the way, there's also a view of the hills from the sauna. Here we have a guest bathroom, so you don't have to go up to the first floor. A small detail. Efficiency has significantly increased. Value added. I believe didn't waste our time and money on this. Next, we will now proceed to move into the spacious and beautifully designed room that features a luxurious freestanding bathtub. As we walk to the bathroom, bang! We're back in the bathroom and it has a view again. I think the kids are going to fight over which room is theirs, because this room really has an amazing view from the bathtub. Another interesting structural element. This wall is not just a simple decorative plaster. This is indeed a real retaining wall, meaning it's a wall that effectively holds back the earth behind it. This particular wall is 12 inches thick, made of solid concrete with rebar securely placed inside. It's firmly connected to both the upper slab and the lower slab. So it forms in such a way that it clearly resembles the shape of a letter Z. Here we decided to use this wall and leave it visible. Of course, we definitely had to coat it with an absolutely specialized finishing, but basically it's a real concrete wall. You hear that? It makes a dull sound. If this wall were, for instance, drywall, the sound would be completely different. We have a wall in this particular house that runs from one end to the other. It's a very long wall, approximately 90 feet in total. But in the house, we specifically kept 3 elements. Here's the bathroom, with a powder room as a design element, and in the sauna, where it will just be closed off with some extra decor. You can see behind me the retaining wall that's 90 feet long and 10 feet high. This wall is not just any ordinary wall. It's a pretty complex structure that required meticulous planning and execution. It took us a few extra months of work to ensure its stability and durability. The next room you will find is on the other side of the flex room, which serves as the common room for gatherings and activities. It's a bit bigger than the other rooms, providing ample space for various functions and events. It also has its own bathroom. Here too we have a panoramic view. No one will block it, because it's an additional terrace, but there's also a bathroom here. It was not possible to make a window in this small enclosed bathroom space, but we found this unique and interesting solution. There's a solid concrete wall and a concrete niche. We decided to put in some vibrant green plants, and now it looks like a charming little greenhouse. We've stepped out onto the lower terrace, which is meant for all the activities for the homeowners. Here's the pool. And remember, I mentioned that there's access to the pool from the master bedroom. This is exactly the staircase that the homeowners can use to go down without going through the main house. You're sitting in the jacuzzi, playing with a rubber duck and enjoying this amazing panoramic view. Next, we move on to the barbecue area. We placed the barbecue area next to the room that connects the 2 bedrooms, and it's like a flex room where the whole family gathers. Stepping out of this room, you can sit and wait while the barbecue is being prepared. And when it's ready, you can move it to this table and gather with your big, friendly family. But again, look, while you're standing and preparing the barbecue, you can enjoy the panoramic view. That's why we installed these structural elements here, with a distance that allows you to enjoy this view. We could have built a wall, a plain wall, and just looked at it, but we did this on purpose, thoughtfully. Not only is this a structural element, but it's also a decorative element. I keep saying view, view, view every 2 minutes. Why am I doing this? Not because I want to sell this house. It's impossible to sell a house through YouTube. I'm pointing this out because when buyers come to see the house, they'll remember one feature that you chose at the beginning when you were planning to build this house. We chose at the beginning. Every room from every spot in the house should have a panoramic view. And when we were designing and building this house, we made sure that every piece of it followed this idea. A couple of functional points. First, to avoid walking through the inside of the house in order to get to the second terrace or to the second floor, we had to build a staircase. This staircase connects the 2 terraces. You can effortlessly and easily go from the kitchen through the dining area and seamlessly out to the terrace and down to this very beautiful part of the dining area. Let's indeed call this the lovely outdoor dining area. Under this terrace, we have an empty space, and we used it all up. We hid all of the various necessary and essential utilities under the terrace. Here is the equipment for the pool. Here are all the drainage pipes from all the downspouts. Here are even the cleanouts for the sewer pipes. Here are the water supply pipes and the gas pipe. Everything is located under this terrace. It is very convenient to service in the future. If you need to come up and do something, you can easily go under the terrace and do it, but at the same time it is not visible, it is hidden, and the person who lives in this house does not see all the communications. I have often seen in houses where the pool equipment is located somewhere in the most visible place. Not only does it create noise, but it's also aesthetically unpleasing. Here we thought about how to hide all of this in a very compact space. We managed to do it, but we couldn't hide the view. In this video, I tried to show how much the idea plays a dominant role. How every action you take, every idea you have, every decision, and every challenge you face is all tied to the main idea. Even the name of this project, Panorama Residence, is tied to this idea. Why? Because from the very first moment I saw this panoramic view, I realized that the people living in this house deserve this view.